Welcome to the chilling world of Jack the Ripper, one of history's most infamous and mysterious figures. The name alone conjures images of foggy London streets, shadowy figures, and a sense of dread that has persisted for over a century. But who was this elusive killer, and why has he captivated our imaginations for over a century? The mystery of Jack the Ripper is not just a tale of gruesome murders, it's a story that delves deep into the social fabric of Victorian London. A time and place rife with poverty, crime, and a stark divide between the rich and the poor. The story begins in the autumn of 1888, in the Whitechapel district of London. This was a time when the streets were bustling with activity, yet shrouded in darkness and despair. The area was a melting pot of cultures, with immigrants from all over Europe seeking a better life, only to find themselves trapped in a cycle of poverty and crime. This area, plagued by poverty and crime, became the hunting ground for a brutal murderer who would later be known as Jack the Ripper. The narrow, winding streets and dark alleyways provided the perfect cover for a killer who seemed to strike at will, leaving a trail of fear and confusion in his wake. Over the course of just a few months, 5 women, Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes and Mary Jane Kelly, were found murdered in horrific circumstances. These women, often referred to as the canonical 5, were all part of the marginalized underclass, struggling to survive in a harsh and unforgiving environment. The killer's method was gruesome and shocking. Each victim was mutilated in a way that suggested a knowledge of human anatomy. This led some to speculate that the Ripper had medical training, perhaps a doctor or a butcher, someone who knew how to handle a knife with precision. The sheer brutality of the murders sent shockwaves through the community and the nation at large. Despite an intense investigation by the Metropolitan Police, Jack the Ripper was never caught. The police force, already stretched thin by the demands of a growing city, found themselves overwhelmed by the complexity and savagery of the crimes. The lack of modern forensic techniques made it even more challenging to gather evidence and identify the killer. The lack of forensic science, combined with the chaotic environment of Whitechapel, made it nearly impossible for the authorities to track down the killer. The streets were teeming with people, many of whom were transient and difficult to trace. The police had to rely on eyewitness accounts, which were often unreliable and contradictory. Adding to the mystery, several letters were sent to the police and newspapers, supposedly from the Ripper himself. These letters, filled with taunts and gruesome details, only served to heighten the sense of fear and confusion. They also provided a glimpse into the mind of a killer who seemed to revel in the chaos he was creating. The most famous of these, the Dear Boss letter, was signed with the name Jack the Ripper, a name that has haunted history ever since. This letter, along with others like the Saucy Jackie postcard and the From Hell letter, has been the subject of endless debate and analysis. Were they genuine communications from the killer, or the work of a clever hoaxer seeking notoriety? But even today, experts debate whether these letters were truly written by the killer or by someone seeking notoriety. The letters have been scrutinized for clues, with handwriting experts and linguists weighing in on their authenticity. Yet no definitive conclusion has been reached, adding another layer of mystery to the already enigmatic case. Over the years, countless theories have emerged about the identity of Jack the Ripper. The list of suspects is long and varied, ranging from well-known figures to obscure individuals who have only recently come to light. Each theory brings with it a new perspective on the case, but none have been able to provide conclusive proof. Some believe he was a local butcher or a doctor, someone with the skills and knowledge to carry out such precise and brutal attacks. The idea that the Ripper was a medical professional has been a popular theory, given the nature of the wounds inflicted on the victims, while others suggest he was a member of the upper class. This theory posits that the Ripper was someone who moved in high society, using his status and wealth to evade suspicion and capture. The notion of a gentleman killer adds a sinister twist to the story, suggesting that evil can lurk behind even the most respectable facade. Suspects range from Prince Albert Victor, the grandson of Queen Victoria, who whose involvement has been the subject of much speculation and conspiracy theories. The idea that a member of the royal family could be the Ripper has captivated the public imagination, though there is little concrete evidence to support this claim. To a Polish immigrant named Aaron Kosminski. Kosminski, a barber who lived in Whitechapel, has been a prime suspect for many years. His mental health issues and proximity to the crime scenes have made him a compelling candidate, though definitive proof of his guilt remains elusive. Yet, despite numerous investigations and countless books, the Ripper's true identity remains a mystery. The case has been reopened and re-examined countless times, with new evidence and theories emerging regularly. Each new piece of information brings hope that the mystery might finally be solved, but the truth remains just out of reach. Today, Jack the Ripper is more than just a criminal. He is a cultural phenomenon. His story has transcended the realm of true crime to become a symbol of the darker aspects of human nature. The Ripper's legend has been immortalized in countless forms of media, from books and films to television shows and video games. His story has inspired films, books, and even guided tours through the streets of Whitechapel. These tours offer a glimpse into the past, allowing visitors to walk the same streets where the Ripper once prowled. They provide a tangible connection to a time and place that continues to fascinate and horrify in equal measure. But why does his legacy endure? What is it about Jack the Ripper that continues to captivate our imaginations? Is it the brutality of his crimes, the mystery of his identity, or something deeper that speaks to our collective fears and curiosities? Perhaps it's the sheer brutality of his crimes, the mystery of his identity, or the fact that he symbolizes the dark underbelly of Victorian society. The Ripper's story is a window into a world that was both fascinating and terrifying, a world where the line between order and chaos was often blurred. Jack the Ripper may never be unmasked, but his story continues to fascinate, reminding us of the chilling reality that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we never catch. The Ripper's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human desire to seek answers, even when they remain just out of reach. Thank you for watching. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Your support helps us continue to explore the stories that have shaped our world and continue to captivate our imaginations.